Are you checking the biggest deal you just got? Is that what you're looking to see if the money's in your
text messages? My shit's silent right now.
Silent but deadly. Today we wanted to talk about our biggest deals, and yeah, that's what we got for you today. So, Andrew, you said you just got
I just
your biggest deal?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's one of the biggest ones I've had.
What was it? Tell us all about it.
Bullion-wise, buying anyway. I think my total cost was $320-something thousand.
$320,000. Biggest deal. So you bought it for $320.
Yeah.
And then
nothing on it. A couple of percent or two. Not the greatest.
Like 3,200, 3,500?
Just volume-wise, it was 5,000 ounces of silver and 90 ounces of gold.
Wow.
Yeah. It's
weird. When was this? Last week?
Yeah. It happened to come in on a day where, I took in a ton of scrap gold, and a couple other customers brought in some big stuff. So together, it was an even bigger package.
Really?
So, yeah. And like I said, I just got off that phone call. It was my biggest scrap gold deal I ever did.
That you bought and...
I was from a couple different stores, but that I was able to put together and melt into one bar, over 100 ounces.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Big bar.
What a lot of people don't realize, and you just said it a second ago, is big numbers, but not a huge profit.
Yeah, the scrap gold is a little bit more, and I told you I've been pretty conservative lately. Anything that comes across my desk, I lock in and sell just to avoid that risk. So the silver too. I think you've seen those monster boxes I had, stuff like that. That stuff comes across my desk, I lock it in immediately.
What typically, what would you say on average, percentage-wise, are you clearing when it comes to your deals? 1%?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is tight. But
it's very tight.
Here on some days, I buy some pretty big stuff.
Right. So, and it all adds up.
Yeah.
And that's, recently, that one deal I had, that was my largest ever. It was $245,000 bucks. Buffaloes.
Sell, though. Not a buy. A sell.
Yeah. Yep. So it's 100 buffaloes, and then I remember I agreed to a fee with the person that was buying the buffaloes from me, and I remember after. I'm like, did I shortchange myself? I mean, it didn't take me very long to do this, and then I checked with you. I'm like, Andrew, how much do you make?
1%?
Yeah, I made 1%.
So I made 240. You made 2,400 on it.
Yes.
And it's funny because I talk to a lot of people about what I do and stuff. And when you talk about these numbers, they say, "Man, you put out 245,000 to make 2,400 bucks. Like, what are you, stupid?" And they don't understand. How long did it take you? It literally
took me. So that's an interesting way. You can answer this question in a couple different ways. Time that it took me on that actual transaction from the moment that the customer asked me, hey, how much would it be for this, to me locking it in, placing the order and everything, 20 minutes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So you have to take the dollar amount and not even look at it, because that's what that costed, that spot price and stuff like that. And, people always say to me, man, you're crazy putting out all that money to make such little profit, but it adds up, and, I could live with 1%,
and it's a sure thing.
It's that easy, You do that a couple times a day,
right?
It's good.
It's a great day for sure. I need more of these transactions, to say the least. But when you said how long did that take you, that particular transaction, like I said, that took 20 minutes. But essentially, I've been building trust with the customer now for maybe a year, right? So, and then, if I didn't have my channel or my reputation for the years leading up to it, they would never have found me or trusted me. So you could say it took me years, but the actual transaction itself wasn't very long.
Those 10-ounce gold bars we just had here, somebody called yesterday and locked them in, and I make, talk about this one too. I make $10 a bar. I make $100 for that phone call. It took 30 seconds.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's
cost
$20-something thousand, but
you're still clearing $100.
Yeah, and
the thing is,
it was one phone call.
And the thing is, you guys got to remember, the money is spent and then it's back right away. Right. So Andrew and I
waiting. For, it's like literally like this.
Right. So Andrew will buy the bars off of a customer and instantly flip it for a profit, and so. the issue too is what a lot of people don't realize though. It's not easy. Like you have to have a lot of capital in order to do these types
Gold
of.
Isn't cheap.
No, it's not.
On the sell end, I think I did $500,000 one time. Guy bought 50 100-ounce silver bars and the rest in 1 ounce gold bars. But I remember the UPS, it was delivered by UPS. And the guy came in with the first box. He's like, yo, what the hell are these things, man? There's 10 of them on the truck. And like, I guess they put 500 ounces in a box.
Right.
And yeah.
The guy's cursing you as he's wheeling the stuff in. I'm sure he's able to put it two and two together when he sees stacks of cash, gold bars, your gun on the desk. I'm sure he's like, all right, there's something, either he's working for the cartel or something's up here. Yeah. So, I mean, the people that you're saying, like, when they hear like, oh man, you're putting out all that money to clear just that amount. But like you said, you don't really look at that number. It's not like you are investing that money and
people see hundreds of thousands. They're like, man, you should be making 10% on your money.
Yeah, but they don't
know this business.
They don't know the business. And I think when I posted originally, because I was excited to have this first deal like of this size, I remember posting like, how much do you think I made on it? 5%, 4%, 10%, and like a lot of people were, they were all scattered. They don't really have any concept. And the people that said, I think between 2 and 3% would be fair. And then I said, it was 1%. One person did say, go ahead, you're going to say something.
No, I just think of something funny. I get people that call me sometimes and they're like, listen, I got a buddy who wants to buy 50,000 in gold. I'm sending them to you. And I'm always like, he's like, just include me in for 10%. And I'm like,
10% of my 1%?
I wish I was making 10% of anything on that deal.
Are they saying that as a joke, or are they really?
No, dead serious.
Really?
They're like, I'm giving
50 grand, give me 10%. They want 5 grand. What are they thinking is like, what are you going to know? I had one person comment on the video about the deal saying, it's dumb that the customer you and didn't go directly to the wholesaler. And what, again, people don't understand is, it's not like you could just call up a wholesaler and do business with them. There's a lot of stuff that you have to do.
You have to apply for an account.
You have to, and before that, though, what do you have to do before that, though?
Yeah, no.
You have to have
a tax ID number.
Before that, yeah, you have to have
business,
right. You have to have a business, tax ID. You got to then be in business for a couple years.
You need business references. You need bank references.
A few, yes. And then you have to. Sometimes they even require a certain amount of.
And it's not a one-time thing.
Right.
I've had, you do business with them, and in a couple of years, you have to update everything.
Do they do that?
So, yeah, you have to know who you're doing customers.
The main,
know who you're doing business with.
Yes. So there's know your customers, which you and I have talked about as well. But, so, yeah, people can't just go straight to a wholesaler. You have to have an account. You have to have a business.
I get that, too.
You have to do.
People reach out to me like, who do you sell your gold coins to?
And you're like,
what the hell?
I'm not going to tell you.
Where do you sell your scrap gold?
Well, let's save that for this one, because that's
questions people ask.
Some dumb questions because they don't understand it. That's actually stupid questions. That's going to be the title of our next ones. People ask. All right, so congrats though on the biggest deal. That's awesome.
No, you too, man.
Thank you. We got to get a beverage. We got to get some steaks, man. But guys, let us know in the comments below. What do you think in terms of a percentage is fair for dealers who essentially, again, it's a service that Andrew is providing. People are coming to liquidate. They want to get their money. They want to be just easy. Here's my stuff. Pay me out. What do you think is the appropriate percentage that dealers should be making on these types of transactions? Put it in the comments.
A lot of them wouldn't do it for 1%.
No, they wouldn't.
No.
They wouldn't because it's too much, right? For some of them.
Too little profit.
Too little profit for people that want to do this business, correct, that's too little profit. And then some people are very, very cheap. They're like, 1%, that's too much.
I don't mean to call them out either. I don't know if you've seen one of the comments in last video. A guy says, I'm out here. I only pay half a spot for generic.
I didn't see it.
I wrote on there, I said, man, a lot of people ain't going to be selling you,
The guy, I did see that one.
Yeah.
He says, we're paying too much.
Yeah, say we're paying too much.
He says, which is a good thing, guys.
Only be at half.
Yeah, guys, this one guy left a comment, right, that
not to call you out or anything.
Yeah, well, whatever. They're not going to even, they're going to stop after the first 3 minutes of this video anyway. They're not going to get this far. Yeah, the guy commented that he's paying customers half of spot. So if spot's $28, they're paying $14 an ounce, which is okay. I mean, good for you if he's able to do that. I mean, that's good for him.
You know what? In the beginning, you could do stuff like that. Now, these people check 4 or 5 places.
Yeah, no, there's no way.
No way your competition's paying less.
But guys, check out BayshoreBullionExchange.com. Yep. Check out my website, EmpirePreciousMetals.com. I do auctions every Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Eastern. And we will have another one of these episodes next week. So we'll see you then.
Have a good weekend.